How's it going, everyone? Got a lot of PlayStation news and updates to talk about, some stuff that I am very excited for. It looks like a major sequel is in development of a game that I raved about in the fall of 2022, and I continually rave about whenever it's on sale and whenever I can talk about it, we'll talk about that. Kind of a sequel that I was expecting, but we never heard any sort of reports, rumors, or anything like that, but nice to get some insider notes and rumors now circulating about it. Got a bit of an update on Stellar Blade as another brief trailer for that has dropped, and interesting note on Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and the fact that some of you guys might be able to play it a little cheap, and might be rolling out to a subscription service for everyone in the very near future. We'll talk that at the end of this video, but first of all, as noted on Insider Gaming, multiple gaming insiders have claimed that Sonic Frontiers 2 is already in development and could be released under a different name. The information was first shared by Daniel RPK, but has since been corroborated by Twitter user MBKKSSTVHZ5, who have both had a good track record when it comes to reporting on insider info pertaining to games. The title is a sequel to Frontiers in gameplay style, but the name might change. Frontiers was Rangers until it was announced. I did not know that Sonic Frontiers was called Sonic Rangers. Nonetheless, while this news isn't surprising, it is nice to finally hear something about a potential sequel, and the fact is, Sonic Frontiers, it was noted back in December of 2022 that the game had sold over 2.5 million copies worldwide, and by May of 2023, it had sold north of 3.5 million units. Now, if you compare that to Sonic at its heyday and at its absolute peak, okay, the numbers fall a little bit short, but that is an incredibly successful number for Sonic these days, and the thing about Sonic is right now, the IP has a lot of momentum. Guys, I lived through the dark ages of Sonic. Sonic and the Black Knight, you know, nonsense like Sonic Unleashed. And Sonic Unleashed, the werewolf sections absolutely sucked, but the game when it was traditional Sonic worked so well that it was so sad what that game became. But we were in some dark times when it came to Sonic games, and now there's actually a level of consistency. I wasn't crazy about Sonic Superstars, but it was a fine game, and Frontiers, like I said, while it had its issues, I thought foundationally and fundamentally, there were a lot of great aspects and great pieces that Sega could ultimately build upon to make a sequel be even better than the first title. And given the success level of the game, that's not all too surprising to me. You know, and the game had a lot to like about it. Visually, I thought it was quite good. Content-wise, there was a sizable amount to do for a Sonic game. Combat, I get it, that's where the shortcomings did lie, but ultimately, hopefully, that's something they could improve on in the sequel. Soundtrack was absolutely tremendous. Like, there are so many great tracks in that game. And it is interesting because it looks like Sega wants to release a major Sonic game every year. 2022, we had Sonic Frontiers. 2023, we had Sonic Superstars. 2024, we're going to have this Sonic Generations X Shadow title, and then I would imagine 2025 would be Sonic Frontiers 2. That's what I've been thinking. I think Sega wants to keep the momentum of Sonic rolling, given that we've had such immense success with the movie as well. Like, remember when Sonic the movie was initially announced? Like, I'm not a big movie guy, but I watched the first movie and absolutely loved it. But when that movie was initially announced and people saw how Sonic looked like, that was quite the pushback. And you know what? Good on them for actually going back and changing things based on fan feedback. It would have been, you know, just typical to just power through and be like, no, we know better than you, it's the new age of Sonic. But thankfully they went back and they fixed it, and now look at Sonic. I'm not saying it's at its absolute peak ever, but there's a lot of momentum. Knuckles on Paramount, I believe, just dropped or is about to drop. I think it's about to drop. And that's probably going to be something people will check out. And just a lot of irons in the fire in terms of Sonic. And if you've been a Sonic fan for a long time, like I haven't been the biggest Sonic fan, but certainly I grew up playing games like Sonic Adventure 2. And I'm sure a lot of you guys did as well. I'm incredibly nostalgic for that game. It's just nice to see Sonic at least have some momentum, be a little bit consistent as far as output in terms of quality level. And it's not even like these games are knocking it out of the park. I think Frontiers is in the 70s on Metacritic. Superstars, I'm fairly certain, is in the 70s on Metacritic. These games aren't blow away, although Frontiers I would say is a little bit underrated, but that's my 2 cents. But again, nice to see some momentum, and hopefully Generations this year does well. Hopefully Frontiers 2, they can build upon the successes of the first game, and we'll be rolling as far as Sonic content for the next year and a half. Moving on from that, that's in the future, but what's coming out in the immediate future is one Stellar Blade, and Stellar Blade gets a brand new little clip. I kind of don't want to call it a trailer. It is the Stellar Blade Burst Skills clip. In Stellar Blade, Burst Energy is charged upon successful perfect perfect dodge, blink, and repulse burst skills can be used with charge burst energy. Once again, I'll beat a dead horse in my opinion on the promotion of this game. I think they've done a phenomenal job, and this is exactly how you promote the game in the week leading up to its release. You do flashy, smaller clips that will immediately entice somebody to look more into the game. You've got a demo out there already. There's no need for lengthy gameplay videos. You already did the job with the demo. Now you do flashy, smaller clips to entice people, and especially in this age with like shorts and TikToks and all this, attention spans are smaller than ever. You want to do these small bite-sized videos that can really enhance a little bit of the appeal and the notoriety of the game leading into the release and hit a more casual audience, because, you know, me linking my boy a 6-7 minute gameplay clip being like, yo, this game's about to come out, check it out, versus me linking my boy a 25-second clip that is easily digestible and he can look at it very quickly, and it looks as flashy as some of these clips that Stellar Blade has been putting out. That is the way you promote a game. This game, from a marketing standpoint, should be studied, because there are going to be new IPs that are going to come out, and I look at a game that I foresee doing well as long as the promotion is handled well in these final few months leading up to its release. It's Black Myth Wukong. That's another game that I expect to be a $70 game, new IP coming from a relatively unknown studio. I also see it doing pretty well as long as the promotion is handled fairly well and the game is relatively compelling, but what we've seen thus far looks pretty good. But I feel like Stellar Blade has put out the template that follow what this game does. Black Myth Wukong, I would be putting out a demo for that game. Black Myth Wukong, I would be having a really good trailer, 3 to 4 months ahead of release. We're around that 4-month range right now, and we already have the release date, but something like that, and then, a demo I think would be very advantageous for that game. I'm just saying that game because it's filling the criteria that Stellar Blade is going to be as well. New IP, relatively unknown studio, as well as a $70 single-player experience, so take that for what it's worth from my vantage point. Lastly, I do want to note that Star Wars Jedi Survivor is rolling out to EA Play in certain regions. It looks like it is not available stateside yet, but in various regions, it's available in EA Play, and I knew that at some point it was going to be available in EA Play. It's been about a year since the game has come out, right around a year, so this would be around the time frame that the game would be added. Some games get added quicker. You know, you've got games like a Wild Hearts getting added a little bit quicker, Need for Speed Unbound, and so on and so forth, but generally speaking, a year to 16 months seems to be the range for a lot of the bigger titles. So Jedi Survivor seems to be rolling out in various regions on EA Access. But that is going to be doing it for me. Again, huge sequel, and Sonic Frontiers 2 looks to be in development. Incredibly excited about that, and hopefully Sega can build upon the successes of the first game. Another brief update on Stellar Blade. We got a brief clip on the burst skills, and it looks like Star Wars Jedi Survivor is rolling out in various regions on EA Play. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.